I'm Josh Tapia here at Pro League Network Studios in New York City alongside co-founder of Food Fight, Troy Lenenhan. Troy, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Josh, and thanks for having me. I could not be more excited here representing my company, Food Fight, where we take the seriousness out of sports betting, and really excited to see the bouts tonight. I have some food fights I'm going to challenge you on. We'll see who wins.
That's right. We got 3 featured food fights today, but Troy, why don't you give us a little more of a breakdown of what Food Fight is?
Absolutely, Josh. So Food Fight is the only platform where friends challenge each other just like in CarJitsu, but instead of wrestling in the car, we are challenging each other to the outcome of live sports, with food and beverage being the payout. Now with Food Fight, winners eat and the losers pay.
All right, so if we're betting on tonight's action, loser owes the winner a pizza, basically.
Exactly. And if you guys at home want to participate, you can scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen and get in on the action.
The first matchup of the night is Jonathan Chambers versus Isaac Spencer, 2 very extreme competitors, but personally, I don't think Isaac Spencer can be underlooked in this one. He's plus 100 coming in and gave a really talented Jonathan Legoo a run for his money at CarJitsu Live back in March. He's 26 years old, 5 foot 9 inches, 160 pounds. I think this is the fight where the underdog can't go unnoticed. He will be the aggressor and try to find the seatbelt choke, aiming for that first victory.
I think experience plays a huge factor in this one. Jonathan Chambers started out his career as an alternate. Now he's slowly making his mark in the CarJitsu books. I'm a sucker for a good story, Josh, so tonight I'm taking Chambers to win. He's seen it all with his 3 bouts under his name. He's coming off a loss, which was just devastating, but he'll find a way to pick himself up tonight, and I guarantee some grappling outside of the car. And I wouldn't doubt a headrest popping out.
All right, so I got Isaac Spencer, you got Jonathan Chambers. What does this mean for our food fight?
So for the first food fight of the evening, I'm feeling a little parched, so I'm gonna challenge you to a full case of White Claws.
All right, well, that means you're gonna have to owe me some White Claws after this first match, man.
Well, I mean, you'll probably need one. The athletes probably need one. It's over 90 degrees in that car, so they're probably feeling pretty thirsty.
Well, don't tell my boss I need one. Moving on to our next match, we got Jared Brahm and Mike Cardile. Jared, one of the more colorful characters at CarJitsu Championship. Mike Cardile, a newcomer emerging to the scene. Troy, this one is a pretty easy pick for me. I'm going with Jared Brahm. He's got matches against Darius the Destroyer and fought again at the last event at CarJitsu 6, with a victory there. He's catching fire, he competes with confidence, and I think what's really under his sleeve is that he wants a rematch with Darius. He could be undefeated had he not lost to Darius.
There's nothing like going for the heaviest underdog. I'm riding with Mike Cardile, and he's got the age and the jiu-jitsu background to be more effective. And word on the street, he was even a cop or worked in law enforcement, so those guys are used to be wrestling characters out of cars. I'm so confident, Josh, that our next food fight is going to be an order for B-dubs. Now, if you at home scan the QR code at the bottom of the screen, you can be challenging your friends for an order of B-dubs.
All right, without further ado, we move on to the title fight. It's one where revolution meets redemption. It's Revolution versus Redemption in this title fight between LaRoy Davis and Zach Moore. These are 2 very athletic men, Troy. Davis from Missouri, Zach Moore from Oklahoma. And they are 2 of the best at getting the seatbelt choke. Troy, do you think we see one today?
I certainly hope so. They're pretty electric, but with this bout, I think anything could happen. One small mistake could be pushing it either way.
Well, Troy, I'm gonna have to take LaRoy on this one. He's the seatbelt assassin and has impressed the whole world, even getting guys like John Jones to take notice of his fight against Q Davidson at the PLN Grappling Challenge. I think we see a successful defending champion, and I'd be very disappointed and shocked if he lost this one.
I love a redemption story. Zach Moore has been hungry for this opportunity. We haven't seen him since Invitational, and with the odds being pretty even, LaRoy at minus 110, tells me he's got a lot of new tricks up his sleeve. I'm feeling so confident about this one, Josh, that I'm going to food fight you for a whole Jets pizza. History will repeat itself tonight, and we will have a new champion.
All right, so if you scan the QR code for the LaRoy Davis and Zach Moore food fight, you will earn Jets pizza. Is that right?
Yep, winners eat.
The winners eat. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up here from PLN Studios in New York City. I'm Josh Tapia alongside Troy Lenenhan, who is going to owe me a pizza after that title fight. We're going to send it off to JT Tilley down in Branson, Missouri to start off CarJitsu 7. We'll see you guys next time.
Food fight! Tonight, the world's fastest growing new combat sport returns with our 7th event, CarJitsu Championship 7 Full Throttle. Jiu-Jitsu competitors from across the country have made their way to PLN Studios in Branson, Missouri to test themselves inside of a Toyota Scion. The competitors are ready. The Scion is ready. We're ready. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. It's CarJitsu Championship. The first matchup of the evening is a featured food fight. Scan the QR code in the middle of your screen to food fight a friend during the action. This contest is for free White Claw delivery. Scan now and enjoy the start of CarJitsu 7.
All right, I am Dallin Getling here with John Chambers. He is one of our first opponents in this first match, CarJitsu match. And John, you and I have a special bond because the last time you were here, I don't know if your opponent got scared, but he didn't show up. I ended up stepping in at last minute. We jumped in that car together and we had a little bit of fun, didn't we?
Yes, sir. It's always a lot of fun competing with you.
Awesome. Well, obviously you came back for more, so here you are. And I know you were a proud papa. A new papa last time we spoke, and it's only been a little bit. So any new developments with the little one?
You know, she's laughing now, so it's like a big step for us just hearing her giggle, and she can roll and crawl a little bit, so she gives me a heart attack every now and again trying to get off the bed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm sure you're enjoying it, and there's all these stages of parenthood, and congratulations. And you also have some good news I heard in the jiu-jitsu realm, right?
Yes, sir. I recently got my blue belt. I took my test. I passed with flying colors, so I'm an official blue belt.
Awesome. Passed with flying colors, especially blue. Congratulations. And you did win the coin toss, so you're going to go out there and check out the car, and you can pick whichever seat you want first, and then I'll interview your opponent and send him out, okay?
All right.
All right?
Appreciate it.
All right, good luck. And now we're going to bring out his opponent, Isaac Spencers. Hey, Isaac.
What's going on, man? How are you?
Good, good. So I know last time we were kind of in the same boat in the sense that you had a last minute, somebody didn't show up and you got asked to step in. I don't know if you had like a half hour or something.
Something like that, yeah. Something crazy.
But this time, I think you've had a whole, 6 days. I don't know how long have you known about it?
I don't know, a couple days. I don't know, maybe a week. But I'm just excited to step into the cage.
No, it's another CarJitsu match.
Again.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, let's go with it.
You thought it was a cage fight.
Well, I've known JT for a while, so he always asks me, you want to fight, and I'm like, yeah, of course I do. So it's just one of those scenarios where
you just show up and ready to do whatever. Okay.
We're ready to go.
Well, we're back in a car, so hopefully you can wrap your brain around that. And he's picking out a place, so let's go in and see where you're going to be sitting, and good luck to you.
Thanks, man.
All right, let's do.
Getting a look inside the front seat of the car, we see that Chambers has chosen the passenger seat, and Isaac Spencer getting in place in the driver's seat. Hello, friends. My name is JT Tilley, and I'm joined, as always, by UFC Hall of Famer and former heavyweight champion Mark the Hammer Coleman. And we're going to listen in here to the beginning of the first match.
Your hands. To the left.
And we're off. Right away, Isaac Spencer's on bottom position here, Mark. We've got Jonathan Chambers out of the seatbelt more quickly, and now he's reaching behind Isaac, playing with the driver's seatbelt.
John the cop, he's been inside a car before getting people out, he said. He's been in a lot of fights.
Quite a bit of hand fighting here, and now Chambers is outside of the window looking for a little bit of fresh air.
Maybe a guillotine. Reaching out for the head, isn't he? No. Yep.
Spencer's trying to drag him back into the car. Now keep in mind, if either one of these competitors touches the ground outside of the car, we immediately reset in our starting positions. Okay, now both fighters out the passenger window, Mark. I don't know if I would have followed him out there if I were Isaac Spencer.
I don't see any reason to do it other than showboating, which, well, maybe he's got a strategy that I haven't seen before. There he goes. There it was.
All right.
Going for the arm.
Little bit of trouble there. He promptly escapes. Now they're both sitting on the passenger side window seal, and it looks like now it's just hand fighting, Mark, which is usually how I beat you when we're competing.
Laugh out loud.
Okay, so the last time we saw Jonathan go outside of the car, he was fighting LaRoy Davis, and the two of them ended up on the roof and ended up being a loss by armbar across the windshield. Now he's fighting for position outside of the vehicle against Isaac Spencer, and you saw lead official Kyron Bowen just pulled the entire center console out of the car. It must have kicked loose during the exchange.
A lot of hand fighting going on here, but wearing the other guy down, trying to get the back, it's going to be hard to do, but possibly get up on top of that roof. We've seen people do that before.
Okay,
Going
Spencer's
for the guillotine
looking for that
here.
guillotine. Jonathan Chambers, a jiu-jitsu practitioner and heavy competitor. Isaac Spencer, a mixed martial artist.
Can't do much from here.
Okay, it looks to me like maybe there's going to be a forced reset here. And this is how it works. If either player touches the ground outside of the car, there's an immediate reset in their starting position. So Spencer will need to get back behind the steering wheel, and these two gentlemen will buckle up. And I use that term loosely.
Somebody needs to get a good start here and get off early and put somebody in a dangerous position fast.
And we're back in the action now. Again, Jonathan out of the seatbelt first and looking to use the driver's seatbelt. Now it looks to be more of a detriment. He's going to hold on to it for a second and then discard it.
Control the head.
Here we are, Isaac Spencer looking to get top position in this dogfight.
I would just throw your head around in there, JT, and take your back real quick. This is what these guys are trying to do, control the head. They're actually doing very well right here, but this is very tiring.
Yeah, very, very arduous. You've got
long fight. Got the seatbelt.
You've got a seatbelt in play and a lot of aggression here, but I don't see anybody winning the round. You must win the round by submission at CarJitsu Championship.
Oh, look at this.
Now we're in a good position here. John Chambers
dangerous,
working on that left arm.
Good
and Spencer
defense.
pulls it in, gets tight, and now Chambers looking to pull that seatbelt again into the fight.
I'm not sure why.
Okay, that's going to be the end of the first round. And at CarJitsu Championship, there is no break between rounds. The competitors get back in the opposite seat to start the match immediately upon getting in the car. So what you're going to see here is they're going to buckle up and then restart without a recovery period.
We'll see who put in the work here, JT. These guys are a little tight. That was a real fast, hard-paced first round.
Definitely it was. Okay, round two starts with Isaac Spencer giving up his back. Now he's in a bad spot here. Not a lot of room to work, and he's already regretting it. Side note, Mark, these two competitors, typically the two of them, okay, we've got a tap here, and it looks like Jonathan Chambers has just won the match by submitting Isaac Spencer at the beginning of round two. So Isaac's going to go talk to the medic, Mark, and we're going to go down to the car in the passenger seat with our host, Dallin Getling.
All right, I am here with the winner, John Chambers. Good job, buddy. Makes me feel a little bit better too, because we competed, but I would have bet that he was much harder than I was. So tell me, that first round, you had the same strategy of going out this window. Is that to breathe better, or to try to catch him as he's coming out?
That's to try to catch him, so he has no choice but to push into me, and if I have that seatbelt across, he's just kind of leaning into it.
Right.
But my competitor was smarter than that. He pulled me back in the car and made me have to adjust for a reset for if I got caught.
Right. So was that you that touched the ground for the reset?
Yes.
Okay.
I hung a leg out just in case I got into a bad situation, because I knew I was playing with fate.
But you weren't you? So why'd you reset it then?
At that point, I was getting into a bad position. He was about to take my back. Yeah,
Gotcha.
he had a Kimura grip that whole time.
Oh, okay.
He was really threatening it.
Awesome. Well, then that second round, you didn't waste any time. You got the advantage of the seatbelt. You want to talk us through that real quick?
So I
I noticed the first round, he's a little slower about getting the seatbelt off than me. So I figure if I grab it, I could catch him really quick and end the round because I'm gassed.
Yeah. I'm not making you talk.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's just end it. Anything you want to say to anybody?
No, I'm here to support my family, show everyone what I got.
How about a kiss to your little girl?
Make a name for it. I love you, baby.
All right, well, congratulations. Your winner, John Chambers. All right, I'm here with our next competitor, Tim Stevens. And Tim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, sir.
But you know what? It's not the first time we've met. I met you. You probably don't remember this, but fun fact, man. We had an MMA promotion. Your dad and another MMA fighter had these two little kids. You being one of them. I don't know if you're like 7 or 9 or what. You're just a little guy. And they did this exhibition match in the middle of our MMA. And you guys, it was like high-level jiu-jitsu. I'm telling you, I was super impressed. I don't know if you guys had it choreographed. Do you remember that?
I remember it clear as day, dude. I still bragged about that to my friends and family.
No way.
It was so fun.
Did you win? I take it in? I don't even know if they had a winner.
They allowed it to be a draw.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think I landed like 30 submissions.
Oh, okay. I do remember that. I just didn't know which kid was which. I do remember.
I was the one with the little red, white, and blue mohawk.
Yes. Oh, man. Okay. You don't have that anymore, though?
No.
Okay. All right. And then I was talking to your dad, reminiscing a little bit, and he said you're a little bit of a hunter, too.
Yes, sir. I like to hunt with the recurve bow. I'll go to like little ponds, hunt frogs for a little target practice.
Hunt frogs? That's a tough shot.
They get slippery.
Yeah. So, you don't just kill them. Do you eat them?
Oh, we eat them. We love frog legs.
Frog legs. Okay. Just legs, though.
Yeah, just the legs.
Okay. I was going to get a little nervous. All right, man. Well, enough about that. You've got a CarJitsu match to get ready for us. So you won the coin toss. Go ahead and go out that door, check out the car, and you sit wherever you feel comfortable, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck. All right. And now we have Cameron Harris, his opponent. What's up, Cameron?
Hello.
So take the mouth guard out so we can have a new. So Cameron, he's just ready to go. That's why he's got the mouth guard in. I know you. I mean, he's competed in the slap fight. He's competed in the CarJitsu, obviously, in ultimate tire wrestling, and you want to do MMA too, right?
Yes.
So you got to tell me what's your draw? All these combat sports. What's your motivation? What draws you to it?
When I go to bed at night, I don't want to be afraid, and by putting myself in these situations, then I feel like I can conquer a lot.
Wow, that's deep. That's awesome. So you put yourself in these tough positions. I mean, not too many people are willing to lock themselves in a car with somebody trying to strangle them with a seatbelt, right? So if you can do that,
then I can conquer all my demons.
I love it. Well, man, don't keep that to yourself. You got to share that with other people, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I love it, and good luck. Let's go check out that car.
All right, it looks like Tim Stevens has chosen the driver's seat, which means Cameron Harris will make his way to the passenger seat, and we will listen in to the beginning of match number 2.
Hands down.
Round 1 underway, Mark. It's Cameron Harris, also known as Black Larry, versus Timothy Stevens. Timothy Stevens, first time in the car, definitely not the first time grappling. Almost immediately tries to pull the guillotine. Not much room to work. He's got a good guillotine started, but Black Larry opens up the door.
He can scramble.
He sure can. Yeah, he opens up the door and touches the ground and forces the restart.
Did you see the look on these guys' face before this started? They knew they were facing each other. This is a big matchup. These guys are tough.
Yeah, very intense. This is going to be
athletic.
Fun. Yeah, very athletic. This is going to be fun. Here's the restart. And we're off. Immediately a different tactic from Tim Stevens. Timothy Instead of blocking, he goes immediately for the lapel choke with the seatbelt, and now he's working right back towards the guillotine. Larry's been in the car before, so he knows the advantage of being on top. He's trying to work that direction. Now he's stuck in the choke again, Mark. Oh, and he stuck his head right in it. He's in a bad spot immediately. He needs to open the door, stick his foot out quickly.
Real bad spot. He's got that tight. It's hot in there.
This is tough. This is a tough situation.
Can't wrap the legs.
Cameron Harris
look at that
scrambling, but it looks like he's in a bad spot. He may have just lost.
I think he's okay.
He's opening up the driver's side door now, and they fall out, and the restart.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
High-paced. These guys are in shape, it looks like, but we got a long way to go.
Cameron Harris, Black Larry with the gamesmanship. Another restart. And let's see if they vary on their attack here. Second restart in round 1. Okay, and it looks like they both went to block the seatbelt escape, and immediately Timothy Stevens with the lapel choke.
He's got Larry in some trouble here. He's got that.
He's not going to let go of the seatbelt, but he is trying to gain position here. Black Larry not wanting to give up the back, but also Black Larry trying to attack with the seatbelt, it looks like. Wow. Oh, and now he's in trouble. I tell you, Timothy Stevens, very impressive. Wow.
Pressure, the whole fight, both guys. Maybe just a little outclassed, JT, here.
I mean, in this position, it looks to me like Timothy Stevens came in. He's aggressive. He's probably been in the car working on his transitioning, working on his attacks. But now he's really got Cameron Harris at a deficit because Cameron is now contending with the seatbelt.
I think I'd rather be over there without the steering wheel myself.
Same.
He's in the advantage position, in my opinion.
Our second 3-minute round is about to begin. Very intense. A little bit of a blip there on the left eye.
Stuck in that seatbelt again.
Okay, he's got a good position here. Larry's stuck in the seatbelt, but he's also in top position, so he may be able to salvage it. I tell you what, this is a tough situation for both players. Larry.
Oh, restart.
Oh, we forced a restart. Okay, I see.
What was the restart for?
Run that back on the replay, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I'm seeing a little bit of a hematoma here, it seems like. On Stevens' right eye.
I'm surprised we don't see more of that. I would be using the top of my head, JT, on you. Your face would come out of there uglier than it already is.
I hear you, Mark, but the top of your head is so mushy.
No, it's hard. Like all my body's hard.
No, I have that effect on a lot of people.
Layers.
All right,
layers
so now it looks like
here we go.
Tyler's not even worried about his own personal seatbelt. Oh, and that was a bad move because now Larry.
Oh, he almost.
And they're going to force another restart.
Puts his foot down.
Wow, these guys are playing some games here.
Maybe need to start locking that door.
Okay, this is fun. It looks like Larry's out quickly.
Quick, Larry, very quick on top. Let's see what he can do here.
He's going to lock up that arm. And Stevens still seat belted in. Okay, this is a tough situation for Stevens.
Everybody using the seatbelt. They must have been watching that last fight.
Larry's in an incredible position here, but Stevens looks hard to kill. Timothy Stevens, we know him well in our MMA promotions. Back about 10 or 12 years ago, he competed in a grappling match as a young man, 9-10 years old. He was very impressive then, even impressive to this day. First time grappling in a car, however, that sometimes has its challenges. But he has been wrestling and training jiu-jitsu for as long as I've known him, and I've known him to train at least 12 years at this point. Very talented, from a talented family, MMA family. And right now he's getting swarmed by Black Larry. And Larry needs this submission to push the fight into the back seat for round 3, Mark.
Maybe a little strategy on the bottom here, just stalling. Opening the door. Maybe he was in
Larry
trouble
needs to
there.
control the posture
He's in
here.
some trouble.
Yeah, he is, but Larry's too worried about his posture now, and he's lost the position.
For a knee.
And we're going to restart again. You know, some people don't like the restart policy at CarJitsu Championship. Personally, I love it I think it adds another layer. And when we were in Atlanta not so long ago, Mark, we were joined by Randy Couture, who likened it to the old wrestlers who would stick their foot up on the ropes to get the official to restart them. Very similar. All right, here we go. That was 37.
The quick explosion and the guy to get on top again. So I think it's beautiful.
I think so too.
But I'd rather not use it. But if you have to, you have to. But maybe we lock that door.
Okay, now it looks like Black Larry is applying what looks like is a seatbelt Ezekiel choke. And he is all over Timothy Stevens. And I guess these restarts have just ground Timothy Stevens down. We've had 5 restarts, I believe, or 5 starts in the first round alone, and Black Larry still has good cardio. Timothy Stevens is starting to struggle.
The quickness out of that seat is
it's a major factor in the sport, absolutely.
Thank you for that help, JT.
Whereas I know you worked with Black Larry a little bit in the past. Yes. What do you think it is here that's got him turning the tide in the fight, Mark?
Just consistency. He's in the gym. It's his life. He's training for every sport that's out there, getting better, growing up, turning into a man. This guy wants to be the best in the world at all of them.
Yeah, he is a very driven competitor. Recently married. His beautiful wife, Kennedy, is here as well.
Always here.
She's a nervous wreck.
She's wonderful. She supports him. You got that. What did we miss there, JT?
Well, that's the end of the round, Mark, and now we're going to switch. There's, oh, wait a minute. Did we just... Okay, that was the end of the round, and so that means that because of the submission in round 1, Timothy Stevens takes the win. So let's go to that post-fight interview.
Well, you know, you got him that first round, and then the second round, you were just quick to get the reset. I couldn't even see it. Were you just hitting your finger or your foot, or what were you doing?
I kept getting my pinky.
No, I mean touching the ground.
Yeah, I was just touching the ground
with
my
your
foot.
foot. Okay.
I got long legs.
Were you in trouble, or were you just trying to prolong it and restart?
I felt that belt going across my neck, and I was like, because my left arm is dead. I couldn't get that belt buckle out.
Oh, really? To try to release your own?
Yeah, so I couldn't get mine to release.
Is that the first round or the second round?
Second round.
Okay, yeah, it was on the whole time.
Yeah, because I think the first round I got something wrapped around my arm, and it's dead. Yeah. I can't feel my left arm.
Yeah, it looks like you got a little trophy right here, too. Do you remember what that was?
We were rubbing heads the entire time.
Well, hey, man, I loved your guys' sportsmanship. You guys were talking. I heard you talking beforehand about, like, how it was going to go and who was going to. I was like, what are they doing? They're, like, telling each other strategy or something.
Oh, we were talking about how this sport just makes people great together.
Yeah.
It brings people of us, like, just together as one, under one thing that just.
There's a bond, right? After you get in there with somebody. Uh-huh. Absolutely. You probably got a friend for a while there, right?
Oh, I hope so. Yeah. I hope to go against him a couple more times. Yeah. He's fun to talk to. He's fun to wrestle with.
Yes, absolutely. Well, congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay. I'm sorry. Right. You go catch your breath. All right. Congratulations. Your winner, Tim Stevens.
Bad news, kids. Due to an unforeseen circumstance, Anthony Merrill is unable to compete this evening. The good news is the medics have cleared Jonathan Chambers to compete a second time this evening, so we will now see Max Highsmith versus Jonathan Chambers. Coming up next.
All right, I'm here with Max Highsmith. How are you doing, Max?
I'm doing great, Don. How are you?
I'm great. And I was chatting with him ahead of time, and so you told me you have a PhD, which is very impressive. However, I'm not going to attempt to try to repeat what you told me that PhD is in. Can you tell us?
Oh, yeah. I have a PhD in computational genetics, so huge fan of highbrow activities like fighting in the backseat of a car.
I don't think there's a connection, but I'm sure whatever you said that's a really important PhD to have. That's impressive. Any other things that are going to blow me away that you do?
Yeah, try to keep it kind of weird. Do a lot of things. I do breakdancing. I do acrobatic yoga. A little bit of
wait.
Yeah. Oh.
Acrobatic yoga seems kind of contradictional. I mean, how do you do that? You do like a cartwheel and then go into a downward dog?
It's kind of like partner yoga, actually. So like I'll be on the ground and then you move they call them the flyer, around up in the air.
Oh, you're flipping them around.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the yoga part is like mostly you on the bottom, or?
I don't really know why it's called that. It's kind of like partner acrobatics.
Okay, but
that is what it's called.
If I look it up on YouTube, I'll find it. It's not something you made up.
No, not at all.
Okay, right on. Okay, well, I'm going to go out on a limb and ask you one more thing. Any other things that you do that are interesting? Because this so far is just amazing.
Yeah, I'm part of a band called Treats on the Treadmill, and so you can look us up on Instagram. Check us out.
Treats on a Treadmill, and what do you do?
I'm a singer and a guitarist.
Man, okay. Well, I guess we got to focus on the CarJitsu. Now you just like to do crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, you did win the coin toss, so go ahead and go out there, check out the car, and you can pick wherever you want. Thanks, Max. All right, John, come on out here. I'm here with my good friend, John Chambers, and you're coming off a win from last time, right?
Yes, sir.
Feels good. So you've had some time. You're kind of getting to be one of the veterans now. Any strategy that you're able to share, assuming that our opponent can't hear us?
So there's not really any strategy you can come up with. You can kind of have a plan, but you kind of learn that through jiu-jitsu. If it don't work, move on to something else. And a lot of people get caught up on trying to grab that seatbelt, and I don't make that mistake anymore. That's that veteran that you were talking about.
Gotcha.
If I can't get it, I'm moving on.
Right. So some people get so focused on that they throw everything else out the window.
Exactly. You got to have an A move, a B move, a C move, and so on. You can't plan anything. You just got to go with the flow.
Okay. And you know your full alphabet, right?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Okay. Well, good luck. Let's go do it.
Okay, our last-minute replacement, Jonathan Chambers, making his way to the driver's seat. Max Highsmith, found with no opponent on fight night. Jonathan Chambers fighting a second time so that Max can have a match. Let's listen in.
Show your hands. Hands down. Punch him in.
And this fight is underway, Mark. We've got Jonathan Chambers with a little bit of experience, and it shows he's already on top.
Is the seatbelt unbuckled?
Yeah, it's the seat.
Strapped around. Look at that.
The seatbelt escape.
Guys are having
so
problems
crucial.
getting out of that seatbelt.
Max Highsmith, it's his first time at CarJitsu Championship.
Experience here.
Max on his back, and there's a tap.
Quick.
Wow.
Dominance.
Jonathan Chambers recently received his blue belt, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Max Highsmith, a purple belt. But the car is an equalizer, Mark. I've seen some incredible submissions from white belts against purple and blue belts. The limited space inside the car lends itself to a specific type of training. Now, this is round 2. You'll notice there's no break. It just takes as much time as it takes for them to switch seats and restart. That's all they get to recover.
See what he learned.
This time Max tries to block the escape, but Jonathan Chambers is on top of him again, and now Max is in trouble. He needs to bring those legs into the fight. Max is fighting. He's now being pressured up against the driver's side seat.
Claustrophobic.
He's trying to attack with the driver's side shoulder strap, but Jonathan Chambers avoids that attack. And now Jonathan Chambers applying a lot of pressure. Max is trying to go out the driver's side window. Holy smokes, Mark.
Oh,
and we've got a tap. We have a bread cutter choke right across the throat. Wow.
Little blood on the temple.
Jonathan Chambers making quick work of Max Highsmith. A little bit of a cut here on Max Highsmith as we get into the back of the car for the third round. Now, if you're paying attention, that's one round for Jonathan Chambers, one round for Max Highsmith. So the third round will decide the match. Very intense, these two competitors. Now, they've scooted the seat all the way forward on both sides. I guess that's just a gentleman's agreement they made, but the officials have now corrected this. Max with a little bit of blood dripping down the right side of his forehead. It's not going to affect the match at this point. Just the laundry bill. And we're off. No seatbelt in play in the back seat, Mark, so immediately they engage, and now Max is showing some skill here. Max immediately spins to a choke attempt, but Jonathan Chambers is a veteran at CarJitsu, and he uses the post from the driver's side headrest to save himself. Now he's retreated out the window on the driver's side. And to me, it looks as if he's asking Max just to come and get him. I'm not sure what's happening here. Jonathan Chambers has really had some he's tried some weird things here at CarJitsu. And at this point, Jonathan Chambers is in a really, really bad position. He's coming back into the car here, and I'm not really sure what's happening. These guys they're in competition, but they're not really engaging, Mark. What do you think?
Must not have been able to get anything on that heel hook. I'm a little bit confused what's going on here. They're staring at each other.
It's an awful lot of distance. Yeah, a lot of distance between these two competitors. I have no idea. Now a little bit of patty cake, Mark.
A lot of thinking.
This is like when you and I hand fight and I can't get you to engage.
Yes.
A lot of fingertips to the face here. These guys are in a little bit of a... It almost looks like one of them is trying to accost the other one. It's less of a jiu-jitsu fight and more of a little backseat brawl here. Head pressure from Jonathan. Max is trying to set something up here, but he's a 6'5" jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's got a lot of leg to extend in the car. He's got a lot of knee to pull inside, and he's really struggling with that, but he's having a good time.
Both guys doing a lot of thinking here.
Jonathan Chambers has competed.
Nobody really going for anything.
He's competed at CarJitsu Championship a few times. One of his matches ended across the windshield. There was a match where he got out of the window and got on the roof. And he's had incredible amounts of crazy performances at both Ultimate Tire Wrestling and CarJitsu Championship.
Using his legs very to advantage here. I haven't seen this much in CarJitsu, but he's keeping them at distance with his legs. Long guy.
It's really difficult for these taller guys.
Controlling the head.
It's just hard to fully extend, but they do have the ability to stiff arm their opponents like this with their super long arms. And so Max is in a decent position here, but he's going to need to do something because he's running out of time, and it's time to win. Okay, they've reset themselves again. These guys are just trying to have a good time. These little breaks and these little restarts.
I'm not a big fan of this. No, this is competitive. Somebody needs to take the lead and grind here. There's too much handshaking.
Yeah, I think these guys are having a good time, Mark. It's nice to see the sportsmanship.
Yes,
however, as we get to the end of the round here, you can see they're starting to turn it up just a little bit. I see Max, shiny object caught Max's eye, and now he's going to inexplicably open up the driver's side door. There are no breaks at CarJitsu Championship, so Max is taking a sly little walk here to catch his breath. The officials are herding these guys back into the back seat, so they need to be reminded that we are in sudden death, and in sudden death, the very next point scored under IBJJF rules wins the match. So we do not need a submission at this point. We just need a point scored. And the match is underway. Looks like Max is going to go to his back awfully easy this time. That's a bad strategy in sudden death. And as you can see, Jonathan Chambers looking for mount, and he gets it.
Here, Mount, you got it. Good job.
And you can see here, Max is going to go ahead and give him credit. He says, "You've got me, you've mounted me." So there's going to be your winner, guys. It's Jonathan Chambers, his second win this evening. This one in sudden death by gaining mount. Let's listen in.
Wait, John, I know it's hot. Come on, brother. Oh, okay, we can do that. It's not sitting in the hot box. It's not as bad here because of the windows? Man, congratulations. That was a tough one.
Appreciate it. That was tough.
So I actually didn't see his Kimura. I thought, man, in that first round, you had him all wrapped up, right? Around his neck. And so he just had the Kimura, huh?
Yeah, he had the long enough wingspan. He was able to reach over me in my choke and Kimura me.
So did he start that after you started choking him?
He was working for the grip, but I thought I had the choke, so I didn't defend it.
Right.
And then I felt him sink it, and I was like, that's it.
Oh, man. Okay.
Got to pull something now.
But yeah, you didn't let that, take it back. You went right back at him, got the submission the second round.
Yep.
You guys went back here. You want to get in the front seat. Was that like your plan right along, or just
well, I figured with his length, because he kept shoving me back, my best bet would be to get the front, because he's going to be too tall to crawl up here without me attacking.
Gotcha. Smart. So that was working, and I think he didn't want to start up here again, so he waited right before the end of the third round and reset you, right?
Yep.
So you got in the back seat and went the whole sudden death, and then you just got in mount. Was that easier than you thought, or?
So I figured in the back seat it'd be easier to get to mount, and I knew he was going to try to stretch his legs out like he had been, so I just grasped like I'm grabbing a double leg and just crawled my way up.
Yep, I saw it. Well, good job, man. Congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My beautiful wife, my little girl, and my son.
Right on.
You guys are the world to me.
All right, your winner, John Chambers.
This match is a featured food fight. Hungry for some wings? Scan the QR code in the middle of your screen to food fight a friend. Pick your winner, and you have a chance at a meal from Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, I'm here with Mike Cardile. Welcome, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
This is CarJitsu, something you've never done, right?
Never done CarJitsu before.
Okay, but you have done Jiu-Jitsu, and tell me a little bit about your background and kind of what drew you into CarJitsu.
Well, I've dabbled in a little bit of all combat sports. I started off with boxing, jumped right into Jiu-Jitsu, started taking it in like a sponge, worked with a few wrestlers, but never done any actual wrestling tournaments, but I've done a lot of Jiu-Jitsu tournaments. Like I said, jumped in and out of Jiu-Jitsu for the past 15 years. I've done defensive tactics for law enforcement, which that's kind of a little bit more similar to a situation like this, which is what kind of drew me to CarJitsu. The fact that it's a combative sport that also mixes a realistic element into it, where you now have a uncomfortable environment that's very unorthodox, and just kind of helps to sharpen your skills. It's a new form of competitiveness, and with all the new things like the tactical games, CarJitsu coming up, all these sports that are really coming out and growing, I'm just trying to stay involved, stay active, and just always looking to compete.
Awesome. So you like the practicality of it, and you said that you did some law enforcement. You trained them, but you were also in law enforcement, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you ever have a situation where you're actually in a car, having either a grappling or a combative moment?
I've had to wrestle some people out of cars before, wrestle some people into cars, and usually it's never a trained opponent who's, sitting there and it's gonna be squared up, just like that. Usually it's more of just them trying to fight to get away. But
gotcha.
A few skirmishes.
Okay. Well, we're excited to see you in there. Obviously, you've got a great background, and I love that you're drawn to that practical side of it. Don't forget you got seat belts, right? Right?
That'll be a new one for me, yeah.
Okay, man. Well, go ahead. You won the coin toss, so go ahead and get in the car, and you decide which seat you want to sit in, okay?
Sir.
All right,
sir.
Good luck. We're going to bring out his opponent, Jared Brahm. All right, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. And you're coming off a win, so probably feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I feel good. I'm back here for the third time, and I'm ready to get it done tonight. I'm still wanting the match against Darius the Destroyer. I really want him in CarJitsu. I got to get that win back.
He is really after you, Darius. Yes, but so you got one more obstacle tonight, right?
Yeah, so I'm not overlooking him, but I got my eyes focused tonight.
Okay, he wants to get that win back from Darius. But anything different that you're gonna try tonight, or did you something click for you last time?
I really understood like movement and pressure in the car, like how to really restrict his movement while applying my pressure. Last time, I think I really had a breakthrough in like technique.
Well, perfect. All right, well let's go get in the car and check it out.
Thanks, Alan.
All right, it looks like Officer Mike has picked the passenger side, which means Brahmeyer will be in the driver's seat for round one. Big boy's in the car. Somewhere around 520 pounds of man meat in the front seat of a Toyota Scion. Let's listen in.
Hands up. Drop the hands. 100.
Big heavyweight matchup, Mark.
I love the big boys. Let's go.
Jared Brahmeyer's top. Wow, big guy. Jared Brahmeyer, 280. He gets top position right away. He's got the experience. But Mike Cardile is a gamer. He's also a big, big man, and he's seen a lot of combat inside of the car.
This is a bad position, JT. He's stuffed.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot. He's got a big, heavy man in between his legs. And, Mark, I know that you understand what that feels like.
Yes, I'm the tweener. Usually they're between my legs.
Cardile,
right?
yes, absolutely.
No. Sorry about
Cardile is calm under pressure here, but let's keep in mind he's got a huge man on top of him with solid jiu-jitsu attacking from the air. But Cardile seems to be okay. He's just biding his time. He knows he's got at least 2 rounds to work here. Mike Cardile, Harrison, Arkansas. His wife, Rihanna, also competes at CarJitsu Championship.
Here we go. Now he's moving up.
He's
moving
passing.
Up closer,
That's
past
interesting.
the
He
guard.
passed first the front seats, and then he passed the legs of Cardile, and now
Don't let him up.
he's just looking to get a nice position so that he can attack. So
Smothering him with that belly.
he looks like an underhook. He's working an underhook and trying to just put him on his back, Mark.
Cutting off the air.
All right, fiddling around a little bit with the neck of Cardile. Cardile's got too much jiu-jitsu experience to fall for that, but Cardile has not yet dealt with a seatbelt choke, so he's going to have to be careful as Jared Brahmeyer realizes the seatbelt is right there to his right, unobstructed. Of course, he's looking to fish in a choke here.
Deep into the first round, both guys getting retired.
All right, that's going to be round 1. And Cardile absolutely exhausted. That's a big, big man to have smashing you for 3 minutes. Now Cardile's going to switch seats, going to move over to the driver's seat, and Jared's going to move into the passenger seat. There is no break in between rounds, of course, Mark, and so you saw Cardile take just a little bit of extra time there just to fill his lungs up with air, and we'll get started again. Now, this is the 3rd appearance at CarJitsu Championship for Jared Brahmeyer, but it is the 1st for Mike Cardile.
I would say that about you. You're really a veteran at taking extra time in between rounds, even though you never make it to the second round. But sometimes I let you.
You know, to be honest, Mark, what you said made absolutely no sense.
It
but
didn't?
Somehow I felt like you meant it out of love. Okay, here we go. This is the 2nd round. And it took a second for them to get out of their seatbelts, but luckily they both were slowed. So now we've got a dogfight in the front seat, Mark.
Big guy on top, butt up in the air. That's putting pressure on the chest and face.
I can see Cardile's just getting smashed here, and it looks like there's a lot of pressure. Oh! Almost looked like he was tapping.
That wasn't.
I thought he was tapping for a second, but he also could have just been, looking for the door handle. I'm not sure what's happening here. I can see that Brahmeyer is in top
Sure
position.
glad he didn't tap.
But Cardile does have a hold of his neck. Now, he does have one arm in, so probably just a lot of pressure here. Now, someone wants a restart. It looks like Jared wants the restart. Mike's going to reach out and touch the floor. It looks like he also wants the restart. So both of these gentlemen are going to return to their starting positions and buckle up.
Maybe they wanted that little break.
You have to take State Farm?
Keeps playing a role here in these big guys.
Yeah, I
They're
got
in good
screwed.
shape.
Yeah.
Mouth wide open.
Yeah, both of these guys are sucking wind.
Good job.
Through the back window of the car, you can see Rihanna Cardile. That's Mike's wife. She's also a jiu-jitsu competitor and a CarJitsu competitor.
Is there GQ if you do more?
No, just they're going to try to hold you.
Quick conversation with the officials, and we'll get this fight back underway.
For now, it still is kind of a rounded thing, but I got this one to go all the way in. Just be conscious of it, guys, okay? Good fair play.
Yep.
2 minutes and 7 seconds left in this round. Go ahead and buckle up.
Okay, Mark, we've got 2 minutes and 7 seconds left in this round. And we're off. Back to business after the restart. We're back to the same result, Mark. We've got Big Jared on top of Mike, and Mike holding on for dear life and just fiddling with his neck. So these guys are going to have to transition out of this position, or we're likely to have a stalemate. Jared Brahmeyer, one of the funniest competitors at CarJitsu Championship, also one of the youngest.
We gotta attack back. Got you in the first round.
How much these guys weigh, JT? They weigh in?
Jared weighed in at 280 pounds, and Cardile just about 20 pounds difference here. Something's happening here with the left arm of Jared, and Mike's just trying to stay inside the car. Jared's just smashing him up against the driver's side door, and as you can see, Mike's trying everything he can just to kind of get out of the driver's seat. It's a difficult situation when you've got a skilled guy on top of you, but when that skilled guy weighs 280 pounds, it's a very, very difficult day.
Trying to use that steering wheel for leverage, wasting a lot of energy.
Now, jiu-jitsu is a game of inches, and you can see here Mike Cardile is slowly inching away from Jared, but he's just accidentally given up his back. And now Brahmeyer on the back. As you can see, the massive butt cheek of Brahmeyer.
Massive. Is that a butt cheek or is that his whole back?
I think that's his back. I misspoke. But I have to tell you, at a certain point, I don't even see Mike anymore. He's completely engulfed in Jared Brahmeyer, and he is in trouble. Jared's got his back and is currently mauling him, and he needs to get out of this round or he's going to lose this fight.
Jared must have laid that seat flat. Brilliant move. Now his weight's all on him. Just heavy man on top here. It's got to be exhausting. The heat really playing a role here probably.
You know, Mark, this looks oddly familiar. It looks like the debut. That's going to be the end of the round. When Brahmeyer made his debut, he fought Darius Monteverona, and he lost just to exhaustion and heat as Darius just smashed him from the top. And it looks like he's learned from that, and that might be a little bit of his strategy here today. But hey, fantastic performance by Jared Brahmeyer. And we're going to go down to the car here to the post-fight interview with Dallin Getling.
Hey!
What's up? Is it Dallin?
Man, what's going on here?
We messed this car up this time.
Yeah, you broke stuff.
Oh yeah, we broke a lot. I broke the door handle, that came out. I closed this because my foot was gonna go in it if it wasn't closed.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though. This refs, they're not getting paid to get hit. You almost got.
It's padded, sorry man, but it's padded.
Not this end.
Well, yeah, I probably threw it that way
All right,
too.
hey man, let's focus on your win.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
man.
you.
Look great. Man.
Thank you. Yeah.
Better every time we see you.
Every time I'm in here, I'm more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
That guy's another tough.
Yeah, a tough guy.
Tough guy.
Yes. So, tell me about the submission in the first round.
I got it with a 10-finger choke guillotine.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep. So his head was under my chest, and I was working my fingers underneath his neck, and I just pulled up and pushed my chest down over his head.
Right on.
And got him with it.
Awesome. So then you knew you had the advantage in that round, and the second round you got on top. You're getting quicker with the seatbelt release.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. Yep. I'm getting a lot faster.
So you got on top control, and I think when you're on top, it's a bad.
Oh, it's a problem. I'm a problem on top.
Yeah.
Nobody wants my 280-pound butt on the top of them.
Yes, well,
and they shouldn't.
Or any part of you, probably.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Heck no.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations. You look great.
Thank you.
I'll give you a chance again if you want to say hi to anybody.
I want to thank my coach, Kirk Huff, and everyone at Arnold BJJ. Best team in the world. I love being there more and more every day.
Especially their 12 and unders. All right, your winner, Jared Brahmeyer.
Our main event is about to begin. But first, scan the QR code in the center of your screen to Food Fight a Friend. The winner receives free delivery of Jet's Pizza. So scan now, kids. Substitution will take place if Jet's is unavailable in your area.
All right, I am here with a champion, LaRoy Davis. And LaRoy, man, this guy does it all. He does MMA, jiu-jitsu, CarJitsu, and you told me now you're doing powerlifting?
Yeah.
And you've already like broken some records. How long have you been doing powerlifting?
I've probably been doing powerlifting for about we're going to say 6 months. My coach got me into it, so right now me and him are on our power tour.
Okay, and did you really break some record?
Yeah, we went down to the broken barbell competition, and I set the current Missouri record at 75 kilo, which is 165.
You're kidding me. So, okay, you've been doing that for 6 months. How does that work with you? I mean, I would think that's a kind of a contradicting body type that you're working for, with jiu-jitsu, and no, not so much?
Well, here's the thing. Jiu-jitsu is all about angles and stuff, right? I figure if I'm strong enough, big enough, my opponent can't turn or twist me, he can't move me. Why not be solid like a rock?
Yeah, pretty solid. And, okay, anything else you got going on?
Well, I currently, this year, started my adventure in literature, so I already published a book.
You're kidding me. What's it about?
Well, it's about myself, pretty much my philosophy, look on life, and how I got here into doing this. So it's a dissection of me.
Okay, well, that's got to be interesting. And you said it's published where people can buy it somewhere. Where's it at?
Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon. You'll go look at LaRoy Davis, and it's called Road to Self, Madness Made Me, because I'm pretty much psychotic.
Road to Self, Madness Made Me, or just look up LaRoy Davis, and you'll find it, right?
Yep, LaRoy. Don't put Leroy. I'm not Leroy.
LaRoy.
LaRoy.
All right. And LaRoy, you should have not turned that book in yet, or maybe you just need to write another book because you're still doing stuff, right?
Yeah, I said my adventure's still here, man. I'm still alive and I'm still trying to improve. I'm always trying to get better.
All right, starting tonight, we're gonna defend that belt in that car. So you won the coin toss, and go ahead and get in that car and you pick which seat you want. Okay?
All right, man.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Take care. All right, we're going to bring out his opponent, Zach Moore. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Okay, so he's actually another guy that like does MMA and jiu-jitsu and really hardcore wrestling background, right?
Yes, sir.
But I haven't seen you for a while, so catch me up. What you been doing?
Man, raising a family, working, not much. Life.
So you haven't been competing as much?
No, sir.
Okay, well, I know you're a competitor. So you got to get that out of your. Have you been like really mean to your family members or something?
We got a punching bag in the backyard.
Okay, right on.
My kids are mean to me.
So when was the last time you competed?
My last opponent was LaRoy.
Oh, he's trying to get under his skin. He heard that last interview. Okay, so LaRoy, and you actually won that, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but LaRoy is the current champion, and so we've got a match on our hands. I'm excited to see it. You guys are both awesome. Without further ado, let's get in the car. Let's go, brother.
All right, friends, this is it. This is the main event of the evening. LaRoy Davis, the intermediate middleweight champion, facing the top contender and his nemesis, Zach Moore. LaRoy Davis starting in the driver's seat, Zach in the passenger seat. Let's listen in.
I need every advantage.
Can I scoot this seat back a little bit?
Give me your hands. Hands down. 100.
And this main event is underway, Mark, and immediately the seatbelt assassin grabs the seatbelt and goes for the choke. But Zach Moore is all over him. Zach Moore is now in mount. He's on top of LaRoy in the driver's seat, and this looks like a repeat of their first matchup in our tournament last year. LaRoy Davis and Zach Moore faced each other in the CarJitsu Championship Invitational, and LaRoy...
The seat is down.
And LaRoy lost. This is a rematch, but LaRoy, of course, now is the CarJitsu Championship champion, and he's in a bad spot right now as the Oklahoma wrestler has mounted him and is fiddling with his arms.
Lots of horsepower on top of him right now.
Now,
It's a
LaRoy
bad
Davis just recently set the Arkansas State powerlifting record. So a lot of power, but he was in such a bad position that he was just finished by a seatbelt. And that must be especially difficult to swallow for the seatbelt assassin. Zach Moore.
Complete domination, quick.
One
stud.
round up. A little bit of a disadvantage, though, Mark, behind the seatbelt. But Zach Moore now 1-0. The pressure is on LaRoy Davis. He needs to finish Zach during round 2 and force the 3rd round if he wants to remain champion.
Did he grab the seat and flatten it out that last round?
He did, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Don't complain now. You won the first round.
That was brilliant.
I respect my foot in this shit too.
We're getting a good look at our new jerseys, courtesy of our sponsors and partners at Sublimation House. Round 2 underway. And immediately both guys after each other, and LaRoy goes immediately for the guillotine choke, which isn't going to work on Zach Moore. Zach Moore
using that seatbelt
now works himself into a little bit of danger.
Hand control here, get good hand control to stop that front choke.
I believe both gentlemen here in a good position.
Look at the butts. The butts can get so high because it's not on the mat. Changes the game.
Yeah, absolutely. LaRoy Davis, very intense individual. Mixed martial artist, power lifter, jiu-jitsu practitioner, and CarJitsu champion. Very intense. When LaRoy was first beginning in his fight career, he used to come to our gym, Mark, and he would memorize anime sequences from anime cartoons, and he would memorize the fight sequences and bring them to the gym. And he won a few fights throwing some crazy shit, man.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
All right, we got a little bit of a hand battle here, some head pressure from both guys. These guys are both strong as an ox, Mark, and Zach Moore, of course, up on the scorecards here.
Got to get head control, got to push down on that head.
He's got that first round, and LaRoy Davis
get him down underneath
really needs this submission, Mark. He really needs it. Zach Moore's going to break him down here, trying to put him on his back, and it looks like he has a good chance of at least getting around to the back.
Going to be hard.
Okay, LaRoy's now posting on his head. There's not a lot happening here,
just
man.
Hanging out. I think he's just milking it.
Fighting for position here, but there's not a lot happening. And if I were Zach Moore, I'd be comfortable with that because all we have to do is get to the end of round 2 without a submission, and Zach will be the new CarJitsu Championship champion.
Gotta take some chances here. Let's go.
Fantastic matchup, fantastic main event, but right now a little bit lackluster. These guys just fighting for position, Mark. One minute left in the second round, and LaRoy's got a little bit more urgency here. He's going to feed that seatbelt over. You got to be very careful with the seatbelt. If you pull it too quickly, there's a safety lock. So very, very sly with the seatbelt, and he's going to try to attack from the air. Okay, he's got the seatbelt on the other side of the head, and now Zach Moore is in trouble. LaRoy Davis is the self-proclaimed seatbelt assassin, and this is his first title defense. Zach Moore does have a win in CarJitsu against LaRoy Davis.
Showing some real good defense here.
Yeah, these guys are both fantastic. They're both MMA fighters as well. Zach is a decorated wrestler and a tough, tough guy.
I'm thinking MMA in a car. What do you think, JT?
I accept.
Right in the ribs right now. I just drilled in the ribs.
Dude, listen, man, I'm so
Your
fat.
Ribs, oh my God.
I'm so fat right now, I wouldn't even feel it.
Oh, no, you would. You would feel it.
Okay, looks like that's going to be the end of the match, Mark, and it looks like we have a new CarJitsu champion. It's Zach Moore.
The wrestler.
Wow.
All right.
That's a big upset, but let's go down to the car here and our host, Dallin Getling, with the post-fight interview.
What y'all know? I might let Kyron borrow it tonight, but you might not know what comes back on it.
Right on, man. No, you can keep it. Good job. Hard-fought battle, but you did get that first round quick seatbelt choke. I didn't see what happened. Can you talk me through that?
Man, my game plan was to get on top of him. And I'm a wrestler. I know if I can get mount on somebody, they're not going anywhere. And so the plan was to get the seat, lean back, and I knew he was going to go for the seatbelt. So I just going to fight the seatbelt on it. And man, grabbing that seatbelt, man, is
your hands kind of hurt. Yeah. Now, I was impressed with your speed. Have you been practicing, like just getting out of that seatbelt too?
Yeah, I've got buddies and we practice a
really?
little bit.
Yeah, man, that was quick, very quick. So you took the seatbelt that he was using on you to on him. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. So when he unleashed his seatbelt, his hand came across, and so I could grab the seatbelt and I just pinned it down to the seat on the rest. If the rest wasn't there, I don't finish that choke.
And that's funny because the rest is no longer there.
Yeah, Took it out.
Okay. All right. Well, man, you are the champion. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Anything you want to say to anybody?
Man, I love my family. I love God. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have these opportunities.
Right on, man.
So,
your new champion, Zach Moore.
Let's go.
Good job, brother.
Well, friends, there you have it. CarJitsu Championship 7 Full Throttle is in the books. And what an incredible night of vehicular grappling it was. Big shout out to everybody that competed tonight. Fantastic performances all around. But the belle of the ball is our new champion, the intermediate middleweight champion, Zach Moore. Congratulations, Zach. For all of us here at Pro League Network, and of course, for my co-host Mark the Hammer Coleman and Dallin Getling, my name is JT Tilley, and you've been watching CarJitsu. Hajime.